students, with the help of the following activities, we are going to study different properties of matter. After performing these activities and experiments, you will be able to identify the properties of matter. To conduct this activity, collect some substances that are available in your neighborhood. Students, the liquid substances should be kept on glass vessels. Note down the name of each substance in your exercise book. Most of the substances found in our surroundings are wood, paper, glass, iron, copper, tin, brass, plastic, rubber, brick, stone, sugar, salt, sand, milk, cotton, thread, cloth, water, kerosene, vegetable oil, butter, ghee, and so on. The substances thus collected have their own properties. Experiments are required to find the properties of these substances. Dear students, the solubility of substance, its transparency, the breaking nature, burning, and so on are some of the properties. These properties can be found out with the help of experiments. This activity is conducted to test whether a substance dissolves in water. Students, take a glass half filled with clean water. Put a sample of collected substance in water. Let us take a spoonful of sugar and stir with the help of glass rod. Students, observe if the substance, that is sugar, disappears in water or not. If it does, it first breaks into pieces and begins dissolving in water. Here the sugar dissolves, isn't it? Now repeat the experiment by taking a piece of wood instead of sugar. What do you find? Here, the wood does not dissolve in water, isn't it? Dear students, the substances that dissolve in water are called soluble substances, while the substances that do not dissolve in water are called insoluble substances. Now let us test whether light passes through the substance or not by performing this activity. Students, this experiment can be carried out in the sunlight or simply with the help of a torchlight. The substances like glass that permits light to pass through it is called transparent substance. A substance like plywood that does not allow light to pass through it is called opaque substance. Dear students, if the sample substance is powder, mix it in the test tube containing water and pass the light through it. The beam of light is scattered by the particles. Here is another activity to test whether the substance is fragile. Students, take the given sample of substance, for example, a piece of glass. Now, put the glass on a hard substance such as stone or iron plate. Now hit the glass with the help of a hammer. Students, the glass may break into pieces. Repeat the experiment taking an iron piece instead of glass. What do you find? The iron piece did not break into pieces, isn't it? Thus, the substances that break into pieces on heating are called fragile. While the substances that do not break into pieces on heating are called non-fragile. Now look at this activity in order to test whether the substance burns. Students, with the help of long forceps, hold the sample of collected substance and put on the flame of the Bunsen burner. The substance may burn or break into pieces. The substance that burns is called combustible, and the substance that does not burn is called incombustible. Students, most of the substances have their own color as one of their properties. Like carbon is black in color, chalk is white, rusted iron is brown, and so on. The color of a solid substance can be identified by observing them, whereas the color of the liquid substance, like ink, can be observed after keeping them in glass. The color gas can also be observed by keeping them in transparent vessel. The gases like oxygen and hydrogen are colorless. The liquids like alcohol and water are also colorless. Students, let us look at this activity to test whether the substance has odor. A substance may have odor. The nose is the sense organ. There are numerous olfactory nerve cells in the nose. The odor from the substance is carried to the brain through the olfactory nerves, and the brain determines the type of smell. Students, some substances have mild odor, whereas some have strong odor. Similarly, some odor is pleasant and others are unpleasant. We get the odor of the substances by smelling through our nose. The ways in which matter behaves is known as the properties of matter. Students, every matter has mass and occupies space. Thus, we can say that any substance that occupies space and has mass is called matter.